Here's incorrect form on upright rows. So what we don't want to be doing, guys, we don't want to use a close grip on this exercise. It's too hard on the rotators. We also don't want to bring the bar up too high to the middle and upper chest. Instead, we want to do the right form, which looks like this. Okay, correct form on upright row. We're going to be using a little bit of a wider grip here, just outside the shoulders. And then also, we're only bringing that bar up to the sternum. You can see right here, it's on my lower pecs. Try it out. Let me know how it goes, guys. Quality over quantity. Alright guys, this is what we don't want to be doing on reverse flies, is extending the wrists. That's going to bring pressure to the forearms. So an easy way to fix this is actually just focus on keeping the wrist straight, or actually just slightly flexing them is going to actually transfer the load to the rear delts a lot more. Okay, also what we don't want to be doing is hitting those weights together and using momentum, okay? That's not going to isolate the area that we want the most. So an easy way to make it more intense is to stop the dumbbells short and just use controlled movements, keeping that chest flat on the bench. And last but not least, what we don't want to be doing, guys, is most important. Bringing the arms out and down too low, which is going to emphasize more of the back muscles. An easy way to fix this is just to focus on keeping the arms up high, almost near the ears, which is going to really make you feel it in the rear delts a lot more. Alright guys, these are going to be some great tips for overhead barbell press. So what we don't want to be doing is overextending the wrists. Okay, you can see they're not in a strong position right here. An easy fix for that is just to completely keep them straight. Okay, pushing with the palms of our hand. It's going to keep our wrists in a lot stronger position. It's going to allow you to push more weight. Okay, what we don't want to be doing here is lowering the bar all the way to the chest. Very common mistake made. It's going to put the rotator cuffs at a very injury-prone position. Instead, for an optimal tension on the shoulders, we're going to just go right below the chin. That's going to be the optimal range of motion for this movement. And then last but not least, guys, is what we don't want to be doing is pushing and extending elbows all the way on the top, which is going to lead to a lot more tricep activation and relaxed delts. We want to keep constant tension on the deltoids by pushing up about 90%. You can see how that's a lot more effective doing it this way. Okay guys, here's some tips that we want to incorporate on face pulls to hit the posterior deltoids. Alright, so what we don't want to do is go too low with our elbows here. You can see it's activating more of my back muscles. Alright, so what we can do to correct this is keep our elbows in alignment with our shoulders. You can see they're a little bit higher there. That's going to help activate our rear delts a lot more. Also, we don't want to get a complete stretch. That's going to create the rear delts to lose tension. Okay, and we're trying to keep constant tension on them. So what we can do to fix this is basically only stretch out about 80%. You can see my elbows are still slightly bent on the end right there. And that's just a quick tip that we can use to help increase tension on the rear delts. Last but not least is don't use momentum, and you got to make sure you're getting the contraction there. You can see I'm not doing that right there. Easy way to fix this is just to hold the contraction for 1 or 2 seconds. Have full, complete control of the weight, guys, and always train smart and train with quality. So here's what we don't want to be doing on military press. Okay, we don't want to be pushing up and locking out our elbows, which is going to lead to a lot of tricep activation and less shoulder activation. And also, we don't want to go down too low because this really strains the rotator cuffs. So here's the correct way of doing this, is we want to push up and slightly together without locking out our elbows on top. This leads to optimal shoulder activation. Also, we don't want to go down too low. We only want to bring those dumbbells to about 90 degrees as we bring those dumbbells down. So that's really going to help optimize this exercise and get the best out of it in the gym. What's up, guys? So this is what we don't want to be doing on the side raises here, okay? We don't want to be using our wrist and elevating our wrist higher than our elbows, and we don't want to be externally rotating our arm. It's going to lead to a lot more forearm tension and a lot less shoulders, okay? So this is what we do want to do, okay? We want to focus on elevating with our elbow first, okay? So your elbow should be a little bit higher than your wrist on top. And also, as you elevate your arm, your palm should be facing towards the floor and it should be flat, okay? So try that out. Let me know how it goes. This way you're going to be hitting a lot more shoulders and a lot less forearms, guys. Alright guys, this is what we don't want to be doing on cable front raises, okay? We don't want to be using our legs for momentum, and we don't want to bring that cable above the shoulders. You're going to lose a lot of tension above that point, okay? So keep in mind, focus on the quality before you increase the weight, okay? So this is what we do want to do. You see controlled movements here, right? I'm only elevating the shoulder height for optimal tension on the shoulders, okay? And that's what we're trying to focus on here. Also, you notice that my arms are slightly bent, right? And I'm slightly leaning into the motion, okay? And this is gonna really help increase the tension on the shoulders. So here are the 3 things that we want to focus on for lateral raises, okay? What we don't want to do is lead with the wrist. This causes external rotation, okay? So what we want to do to focus more tension on the shoulders is allowing the elbows to lead the way, all right? This is going to allow less trap activation, a lot more deltoid activation, and way more results, okay? Tip number 2, what we're going to be not focusing on is rolling the shoulders back, okay? Because this is going to engage your traps a lot more, and it's also going to cause external rotation. A simple fix to this is allowing the shoulders to roll forward a little bit and flaring the lats out, and this is really going to help influence the elbows to come up more and influence more tension on the shoulders. Last but not least is the grip, okay? Closed grip is not going to be good. It's going to cause external rotation, and an open grip is going to be a lot easier for elbow elevation, guys. So apply these tips, quality over quantity.